Hi, good day. My name is Vishit Mitchell, and today I'm going to be configuring the Dhcp. We're going to start by clicking on the server manager, which is this icon directly next to the start icon, but in the middle of the show desktop and start icon. First step, go to add rules. Next, we're going to add the Dhcp. Tick the box. Next, we go next again. This is the default IP address for the IPv4. This is our domain. We're going to validate this number. We move forward. Next. Win is not requested. Well, we're not going to stop any Win's server settings today. So we're going to just go ahead and click next. We're not going to be editing our scopes here. We're going to do that later. So we just go ahead and click next. The next step is to disable the DHCP version sticks. We go ahead now. We're going to use current credentials. That's this, the set/administrator. Next. And then we just install. Now that the installation has been completed, we can go ahead and close this. And close off this too, the server manager. And we're going to go ahead now, enter administrative tools, and we're going to DHCP. We can see the server the installation settings we now install here. We're going to open the IPv4 settings, right click, and we're going to go on new scope. We're going to go ahead and hit next. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it a scope. This is where you have to input the start and the end IP address. This is where the IP address will begin for your clients, and this is where it's going to end. So I'm going to go with 192.168.0. I'm going to go with 111. And my end IP address is going to be around 192.168.0.222. We're going to go ahead and hit next, and we're going to leave these as the default settings. The length will remain at 24, and the default subnet mask shall remain. Going to go ahead and hit next. This here is if you have like a printer, a router, or something that you want to reserve the IP addresses for. I'm not going to, for this tutorial, I'm not really going to be doing any reserving of any other third-party accessories. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. Go back. This is where the this is how long the IP address is going to last. I'm just going to leave it as the default 8 days. Hit next. Yes, I want to configure these options now. I'm not using a router, so again next. I'm going to input the parent domain, that is set.com. And now for the server name, I'm going to go ahead now and add. Also, it's advised that you really change your name, so you don't have to really remember something as ridiculously long as this. But we're going to go ahead with this my way for now. Go ahead, hit next. And again, we're not using the Win server, so again, just next. Guess I want to activate the scope now. And go ahead and click next. Finish. Alright, so we can close. We're not going to close this off. Let's leave this open. There's something I want to see in this box after. So we're going to shift this to the side. Now this is where the fun begins. I'm going to open up one of my clients, not Windows 8. That left a bad taste in my mouth. Going to move ahead to Windows Vista. We're going to begin by editing out our adapter settings. We're going to go into Manage Network Connections. We're going to edit out the properties. I'm going to have to input my password here. That's now we're going to the IPv version 4 properties, and we're going to go on to obtain an IP address automatically. Hit OK. Close, and it should begin getting the new IP address. As you can see, it is connected to set.com. As you can see, the machine has taken the 192.168.0.111 address. This concludes Dhcp.